We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Now, these two teams met earlier in the year in Buffalo with the Bills winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Now 2nd and 9. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. Now, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Play action, now it's Tua. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
A 53-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
74 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterback in 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On second down, Cook calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Throwing is Allen on third. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills are going to tie the game at 3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaking up on the play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. You got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator. But they like you. That one good for 26 and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins at 8-8 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So after the INT, it's Allen. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Jair Elam makes a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards yards, the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Here's Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They got 29 yards that time. Cook. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Murray is in. Touchdown, Bills. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Ready.
3rd down and 6.
20, TX.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines. Fielded at the 33. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st down, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples first half was because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
Now Allen. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Bills.
10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give to Cook out of the gun, and just a couple yards there down to the 17.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's a 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off in your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To the air, Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now Allen. He's got it. Touchdown. Dalton Kincaid. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
It's the score, Bills 17, Dolphins 3.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that... Good coverage there by the kick team.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll be good for 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
2 and now on 1st down. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Go ahead.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to pass. Tua. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Throw caught by Achane. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. To throw, it's Allen. That complete to Shorter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a 1st down.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Dolphins 6.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And no Allen to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ed Oliver able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here now a 3rd and 20. A run straight ahead with Achane. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Jake Bailey now. And this returnable for Hines. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing now is Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Tyler Bass for the Bills field goal. A 61.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Achane here. They stay on the ground. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Hines now on the return. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Allen. He finds Hardy on the slant. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
This is 2nd and 8. Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. They brought him in off the corner and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Again, it's Achane.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Up the middle, Achane.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Stinger. 21G, 21G.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return.
And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 44-yard line.
Go ahead.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Right back to Achane on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 3rd down, Achane.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 8.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
Left side, Cook. And some room to work. And he'll be out right at the 35.
99 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? A very solid gain of 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Allen going to throw. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight. Beginning to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. They'll give this to Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Ready.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Half 85, half 85. What is that?
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And they take a knee. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Buffalo,
they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss. A perfect 17-0 on the regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Miami,
this loss will mean they finish the season on the wrong side of 500 at 8-9.
And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL